What's up, Copy Squad? What to do here with grab eyeballs. All right, let's flatten this down here. And I'm just going to complete the rest of this. We would say flag your ideal prospect, spark curiosity, make a big promise. And this used to be a checklist. This is the Clayton Makepeace 20-point sales letter checklist. I got this from Roy Furr's website. Like, I don't know, like the day I heard of copywriting, I found this checklist and I wrote it down in this like series of note cards. And it's been like the basis of my very, very first sales letter breakdowns. And those sales letter breakdowns were very much of the Agora sort of like this old school copywriting sort of world. And you can kind of see as we've developed the beats and stuff, flag your ideal prospect, hit them with curiosity. Some of this stuff is all just the same techniques and principles given fresh names, like tease the unique thing or something like that. So the next thing that Clayton advised us to do was expand on your headline in your first sentence. Then let's see, headline must connect with the copy, reinforce the benefit promise, and continue to stoke the flames of curiosity. The next thing Clayton said, which I almost took basically right off of his list, is credibility. He says, find a way to prove you're a credible authority worth paying attention to, someone they can trust and believe in. Okay. And the last thing is the bribes. You're going to see in here some similar elements here. So expanding on the headline. So for me, I say pattern interrupt, cred, tease. And I don't have any particular order. You see down here, Act 1. I don't have any particular order for this. Pattern interrupt has to come first. You could argue that teasing and building that curiosity, grabbing the eyeballs and then giving curiosity is teasing. I say you must drop cred. And we'll also be comparing the Evaldo questions, the 10 questions for Evaldo. So again, we're going to be doing a bunch of like different sort of copy philosophies at the exact same time, side by side. We're going to be looking at the Evaldo Albuquerque 10 questions. I got the first 4 steps of Clayton's sales letter checklist because I feel like those are the most pertinent for me in understanding exactly what I got to nail down in these first pages. And there simply is nothing more important than the first 2 pages. So that's why we could spend this whole call sometimes like 30 minutes on just page 1 and 2. Okay. So I say, pattern interrupt to get that curiosity, tease, establish some credibility. You want to trigger BS. And for Clayton, he says, make a big promise. I say you want to demonstrate results. Clayton says, that probably falls under a curiosity or the credibility aspect of why you're someone to be listened to and trustworthy and stuff like that, because, demonstrating results makes it more credible. I say expand on the opportunity, kind of flesh this out and make it bigger somehow. Either show it happens really often or show it's happening across the globe, or like more people are getting in on this, you're missing out. Just expand it in some way. So, because you usually start out pretty narrow when you open up with like a very specific sort of pattern interrupt sort of thing. And then I want you to blow that up and make it seem like, ooh, you saw this microcosm, but it's actually so much bigger than you even know now that I've opened your eyes to it. And then fascinations. So I call it fascinations. Clayton Makepeace calls it a bribe, which is basically like, in just a moment, I'll show you how. There's a little bit of a difference of seeing writers misinterpret fascinations, what those are and how they operate. And part of that, especially for the guys on my team, part of that's my fault. A fascination is generally like a bullet that kind of says something so weirdly curiosity driving, like it's got like a benefit and then some super weirdly specific thing that makes you just wonder how. You can use a simple bribe, like in just a minute, I'm going to show you the big 4 questions in my 3-act structure. I say are like, what's in it for me? How is this possible? Or it's another question for that's why is this happening? Which also we can incorporate for an Evaldo question. How do I know this is real? You want to know how is that possible? Or why is this happening? How do I know this is real? They're all sort of different forms of the question that satisfy like a guttural sort of knee-jerk reaction that it's hard to put a label on. I do think the how do I know this is real is a fantastic question. That's from the Evaldo 10 questions that I think really hits the nail on the head on satisfying that, where you just feel it's like, okay, this is credible. I'll keep reading, right? And then I think that kind of covers all the different pieces here. So I think one thing I could do is I could add in the Evaldo 10 questions now at the top. Just put like here in blue. And maybe I'll go through the sales letter as we walk through these. So one is, how is this different from everything else I've seen. So I guess I could say, how is this different? You see, guys, this is not already. How is this different? We're going to see that right out of the gate. What's in it for me? And then the third question is, how do I know this is real? All right, cool. So on the top of this sales letter, we already have a bunch of different copywriting schools, philosophies. I even have the old 4 U's at the top left: urgent, unique, useful, ultra specific. And we're going to kind of go through all these and kind of compare and contrast a little bit of this. Elon Musk made $180 million on PayPal, 18 billion on SpaceX, 110 billion on Tesla. But it's what he's planning next that will shock everyone. It could even put up to an extra 30,000 in your pocket every year. Watch the live demo below. Okay, so is this urgent? I would say somewhat, yeah. It's what he's working on next. So something's coming up, right? Is it unique? Yes, because we've talked about like Elon's first baby, PayPal, his second size baby, SpaceX, and then we're also talking about Tesla. These 3 different sort of disruptor explosive projects, and there's something new coming that we don't know yet. Oh, wait, there's a hint. It's called s.A.V. We don't know what that really is, but there's something unique there. There's something different that I haven't heard, but I do know it's tied to Elon Musk. Is it useful? There's a very direct promise here. It could put 30,000 in your pocket every year. Okay. And then, is it ultra specific? I would say, yeah, we're going to say it's ultra specific because we have some very specific sort of narrative behind this. We have a man, Elon Musk. We already know we have a narrative of he did this, he did this, he did this, and now he's doing something new. This is very specific. We kind of already know we have the pattern established ahead of us, just shown like, what do you think is going to happen next? You can already draw the logical conclusion that with this sort of ascension of 180 million, 18 billion, 110 billion, the next thing is going to be outrageous, and you need to get in on that. So right away, we grab him by the eyeballs, we flag our ideal prospect, we smash him with curiosity, and we hit him over the face with a big promise, all in this deck copy and this headline. The headline is I think it's a bit unassuming, and it's very subtle. Elon Musk's next big project. It's the s.A.V. thing here that's kind of like, what's s.A.V.? It's just like, it's clearly looking to replicate the intrigue of Have You Heard of TAS by Stansberry and Mike Palmer. So there you go. There it is right there. Like there's the curiosity, and then all the other things needed right there.
What's up, Copy Squad? I hope you found that useful, and if you'd like to actually join our private conversations in full and get some of this actionable advice for your copy or business, I invite you to check out copysquad.net/join. Here you can sign up for our highest, most exclusive level group, the Copy Squad Inner Circle. Every week we alternate between 2 types of live meetings to keep our conversation fresh around copy and continually grow our skills together. So one week we take member submissions and questions and we go over user copy, and then the next week we'll do sales letter breakdowns of top tier 7- and 8-figure sales letters by some of the best copywriters and businesses in the game. So that rotates every week. One week we take submissions, the next week we do a sales letter breakdown. These calls are attended by myself, my current writing team, and even some of my previous writers are also regulars on these calls. So there's top tier talent attending all of these calls. We also have a brand new Slack channel for members to share ideas, their copy, experiences, insights, and keep up with our program announcements. So all you got to do is go to this page, copysquad.net/join. Choose whether you want a yearly or monthly membership, and then you can have access to one of the highest performing, most elite copy groups on the planet. Thanks so much for tuning in, and peace out, Copy Squad.